Hafa-day students, I'm Josh Tenorio, your Lieutenant Governor. Thank you for being with us today and for taking the time to continue your learning with PBS University. I also want to thank your teachers and support staff at GDOE and PBS Guam for their work and their commitment to you, our students. Si Dus Maasi, and we hope that you enjoy this PBS University instruction.
PBS University is a program by PBS Guam and the Guam Department of Education in conjunction with public school teachers. These lessons are created to provide both parents and students with a unique educational experience while helping students to continue learning at home. PBS University, next on PBS Guam.
1, 2, 3, 4. Come along, let's sing a song. We'll have a great adventure. Today's the day, let's learn and play. We'll have a great adventure. Numbers, letters, science things, all that we can do. Help you deal with how you feel. Share with us too. It's super cool and just like school, our awesome learning adventures. So grab a friend, the fun will end. Our awesome learning adventures. Awesome learning adventures with PBS University.
Half a day, or like what they say in Palau, Ali. Aklek Mr. Gomez. I'm Mr. Gomez, your 3rd to 5th grade literacy teacher, and today I'm going to teach you something. Hey, do you know the most interesting and coolest part of speech there is? Adjectives! Oh, you don't get it? Well, that's because coolest and most interesting are adjectives. Get it now? Excuse me, I haven't eaten all day. Anyway, just in case you don't know what an adjective is a word that describes or modifies a noun. You remember what a noun is, right? Remember, a noun is a person, a place, a thing, or an idea. When it comes to adjectives tell at least 3 things. It tells which one, it tells what kind, and it tells how many. Remember, I used the words coolest and most interesting because the word coolest can describe, maybe myself? And most interesting can describe perhaps the stories that you tell your friends. When you use adjectives well, you will help your reader be able to visualize the people, the places, the things, and maybe even the food better. Ooh, there goes my stomach again. Man, I really am hungry. I know. Why don't we have a late lunch or early dinner, or should I say lunner, together? Let's go get your food. I'll get my food. We'll meet back in a few seconds, okay? I finally have my food right here. And let me go ahead and just get my utensils. Alright, so as you can see, I love to have a variety of food. And I'm really into popular Asian dishes. So let's go ahead and start with one of my favorite side dishes. This is called fish cakes. This here is soft, feels a little mushy, and when I put it in my mouth, it has a savory taste and definitely really spicy. This here is another side dish that I really love eating, and I like consuming some of these vegetables so I can have more of a balanced diet. This here is seaweed, and this feels very slimy, also feels mushy, definitely slippery as well. And smells really spicy actually. Whoa. There's definitely a pickle taste to this. So pickle that made my face have that sour, ugly face, huh? It's super pickled. Wow, this is another vegetable. These are called bean sprouts. And these are white, long vegetables, and at the end of it, I don't know if you can see, but there are like these little white oval shape at the end of this white long bean sprout. I don't know if you're into vegetables that have like some kind of brackish taste, but this definitely has a brackish taste that perhaps you might not like, but perhaps you would. So I suggest you might want to try it out. It has a brackish taste, which means salty, watered down taste. So this right here are black bean noodles, a popular dish in Korea, but it actually originated in Japan. This is really good. This is like a hearty meal. When we talk about hearty meal, we're talking about food that is pretty filling and satisfying as well. Over here, we know fried chicken. I don't know who does not like fried chicken, right? Unless they're vegetarians, but fried chicken is definitely one of my favorite foods. As you can see over here, it's flaky. You can just flick off like some of the flakes. You can even tell it's crispy. And if I were to bite into it, it is definitely really, really, really juicy. I would even say succulent as well, because with the word succulent, you can also mean it can also mean delicious, and it can also mean juicy. Yes. Well, thanks for eating with me. So, be the coolest writer in your class and make those most interesting stories by using those adjectives that describe. But before I go, I just want to remind you to love yourself because you deserve it, and love your neighbors because they need it. Adios.
Fast, fun, fast. Fast, fun, fast.
Well, it's almost trick-or-treating time.
Gosh, I'm so excited!
Oh yeah, me too. By the way, did you know that the tradition of wearing costumes during Halloween was actually a way of protecting yourself?
Really? How?
Well, you see, wearing costumes and pretending to be one of the creatures of the night actually confused the spirits that roamed around during Halloween, and they wouldn't be able to find you.
Oh wow, that's so cool!
I know, pretty nifty. By the way, what are some of the costumes that you usually wear during Halloween?
Well, a vampire, a werewolf, Frankenstein's monster. I was even a mummy.
Oh, like Mummy and Daddy? Wait. Actually, I got a monster joke for you. You ready? So, are monsters good at math?
Maybe?
Well, only if you count Dracula. Hey, you know who would actually love these jokes? We should tell our 3rd through 5th grade teacher. Maybe if we make her laugh, she'll give us some candy.
Good
What do you
idea.
think? You guys want to come? Come on, let's go check her out. Off we go.
Ali, boys and girls! Welcome to PBS University. Ang click Mrs. Molino, your 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade math teacher. Ali means hello, and ang klika means my name is in Palawan. Let's say it one more time. Ali, boys and girls! Ang klika Mrs. Molino, your 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade math teacher. Today, we are going to learn about subtraction and parts of a subtraction sentence. Do you know what subtraction is? What's that, boys and girls? That's right, it's like taking away something. Ooh, the cookies are done. Oh, I can smell them already. One moment, boys and girls, let me check them in the oven. They smell so good, and they look delicious too. Let's count them, boys and girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cookies! I can't wait to try them. Hold on, boys and girls. Let me go get a plate.
Look, some yummy cookies.
Oh no, boys and girls. Oh no! What happened to the rest of the cookies? Boys and girls, let's count what's left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 cookies left. Boys and girls, how many were taken away? What was that? Did you say 3? Yes, that is correct. Let's write this as a number sentence. Because a number of cookies were taken away, we can use subtraction. We can write a subtraction sentence like this. The first number in a subtraction problem is called the minuend. The minuend is the first number you start with in a subtraction problem. In our example, we started with 10 cookies. 10 minus. Minus is a symbol for subtraction. Followed by the subtrahend. The subtrahend is the number we take away in a subtraction problem. Do you remember how many cookies were taken away? What was that, boys and girls? That's right. There were 3 cookies taken away. So 10 minus 3 is equal to the difference. The difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. Let's go back to our tray of cookies. How many cookies were left after taking away 3 cookies? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cookies. Let's review. Minuend is the number you start with in a subtraction problem. Subtrahend is the number you take away. And the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. So the minuend minus the subtrahend equals the difference.
Mommy, can I have some more cookies, please?
Of course, son. Wait a minute. Were you the one who took away the cookies earlier?
Yes, Mommy, I did. It was delicious.
That's okay, son. I baked them for us. Here you go. One for you and one for me. I finally getting to taste this. That's it for today, boys and girls. I hope you learned about subtraction and parts of a subtraction problem. Until next time, remember, keep soaring high and keep on learning. Bye!
Ali, Anklika, Miss Blankaflor. That's how you say, hello, my name is, in Palauan. I'll be your science teacher for grades 3 to 5. In another PBS University episode, we talked about plants and their environments. Today, we're going to take a closer look at plants and what they're made of. Just like us, plants have different parts to them. We humans have different body parts that serve different functions. For example, we have eyes. Eyes are used to see. We have a nose used for smelling. We have a mouth used for tasting, ears used for hearing, and hands used for feeling. Those are the parts that make up humans. Plants also have different parts that make them up and help them to survive. All right, friends, let's take a closer look at the parts of a plant. Take a look at the picture on your screen. There are 6 important parts that we need to take note of that make up a plant. First, the leaves. Second, the buds. Third, the flowers. Fourth, the fruit. Fifth, the stem. And sixth, the roots. Let's go one by one. Let's talk about the leaves first. The leaves are very important when plants get hungry. Plants get hungry just like humans do. Leaves have something in them called chlorophyll. The chlorophyll helps absorb the sunlight and make food for the plants. So no more hunger. Buds are baby flowers. They protect the flowers before they bloom. The flowers hold seeds. These seeds help to make more flowers and more plants. Flowers also hold pollen. Pollen is what our little bee friends buzz around to find so that they can spread all the pollen on all the other flowers. That's how more flowers are made. Aside from flowers, many plants also make fruits. Now, not all fruits are edible, so you can't eat all of them, but most of them we can, like apples, oranges, and even lemons. Did you know they're a fruit? Technically, lemons are fruits because they contain seeds. Seeds are what help the plants grow. When fruits fall off the plant, the seeds go back into the ground to grow new plants. The stem is the backbone of the plant. It helps to transport water, minerals, and other nutrients from the roots all over the plant. The roots absorb water and other minerals from the soil. That then gets transferred through the stem. The roots are also known as the anchor of the plant. That way, when the wind blows, the plants don't fly all over the place. All right, friends, I have a challenge for you. We discussed the different parts of a plant. 2 of these parts are flowers and fruits. I'm going to show you a series of pictures, and you're going to tell me if it's a flower or a fruit. Sound easy? All right, let's go. Here's the first picture. Is this a flower or a fruit? That one was easy. You're right. It's a flower. Do you know what kind of flower? A sunflower. Right. Here's the next one. Is this a flower or a fruit? That's right, you remembered. It's a fruit. Lemons are considered a fruit. Let's try this one. Is this a fruit or a flower? You're right. It's a flower. Great job. Do you know what kind of flower this is? A rose. Wonderful. Let's do one last one. Is this a fruit or a flower? Think, think, think. It's a fruit. Very good. What kind of fruit is this? It's a mango. Wonderful. You did so awesome. Great job. All right, friends, I had so much fun learning about the different parts of a plant with you. I hope you're able to remember the 6 parts of a plant. Can you list them for me? That's right. The leaves, the buds, the flower, the fruit, the stem, and the roots. Very good. I'll see you on the next episode of PBS University. Remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Bye!
Hi everyone, ang klika Mr. Andrew. Kewanarang? My name is Mr. Andrew. How are you? That's good to hear. Are you guys ready for an adventure today? I'll be your 3rd through 5th grade social studies teacher, and today we're going on a trip to Palau. You guys excited? That's great, but before we go, we first need to learn a couple of Palauan phrases. The first phrase we're going to learn is, my name is. In Palauan we say, ang klika, your name. Ang klika, Mr. Andrew. My name is Mr. Andrew. Now you try. Good job. The next phrase we have is, how are you? In Palauan we say, kewanarang, kewanarang, kewanarang. Now you try. Good job. We're almost ready for our trip to Palau. So today, we're gonna go on a trip to Palau where we're gonna see some of the amazing landmarks that you can find there. And after that, guess what? You're gonna play a game show. That's right, you're gonna play a show called Where Are You From? Where contestants are asked the question, where are you from? You guys excited? That's great to hear, but before we go, I have a riddle for you guys. How do you say bathroom in Palauan? Well, no worries if you don't know the answer, because you'll find out at the end of this lesson. Alright, see you guys in a bit!
The Palau Peace Memorial Park was built by the Japanese government in 1985 to honor those who perished in World War II. The park includes both a monument and a lovely picnic area.
Amazing.
The Kaigun Show was a communication center used by the Japanese in World War II. Nearby, you can also find tanks and really big anti-aircraft guns that were actually used during the war.
Wow.
The Thousand Man Cave was a maze of tunnels built by the Japanese during World War II. As many as 1,000 people occupied the tunnels at the same time.
It's time to play Where Are You From?
And now, your host, Bobby Bob Bob.
Hey, my name is Bobby Bob Bob, and welcome to Where Are You From? The first game show where we ask contestants, where are you from? That's right, good job. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Our first contestant is Mrs. Anata Kawe. Miss Anata loves to swim, and on the weekends, she even goes to the beach with her friends. Can you guess where Miss Anata Kawe is from? The answer is one of these choices. That's right, Miss Anata Kawe is from Palau. Did you get the answers? No worries, we still have one more contestant. Let's meet our next contestant. Our next contestant is Mr. Kito Asashi. Kito loves riding bikes, and on the weekend, he likes to go with his friends to the park where he flies kites. Can you guess where Mr. Kito Asashi is from? The answer is one of these choices. That's right, Mr. Kito Asashi is from from Palau. Yes, Palau. Did you get the answer? Well, if not, no worries. That means you learned something today. Well, that's all the time we have for today. As always, ang Klika, Mr. Bobby Bob Bob. And this is Where Are You From? Thanks for joining us. Back to you, Mr. Andrew. Thanks, Bobby. Keep up the good work. And thank you guys for having such a fun time today. Before we go, let's take a look at some of the interesting things that we've learned today. First, we learned that many Japanese came to Palau in World War II. And then we learned that many Japanese are still living on the island today. Isn't that interesting? I guess that when one culture interacts with our culture, it becomes a part of our history as well. I think that's really cool. What do you guys think? Oh, and before we go, we have to answer that question from the beginning of the lesson. Do you remember the question? That's right. I asked you, how do you say bathroom in Palauan? Do you guys know the answer? The correct word is benjo. Benjo means bathroom in Palauan. And guess what? Benjo is also the Japanese word for bathroom. Isn't that pretty cool? So you guys learned 2 more languages today, Palauan and Japanese. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Again, thank you for joining me on this adventure. And as always, ang Klika, Mr. Andrew, and remember, I love you and I care about you. Take care, guys.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Borja, and I'm your character education teacher here at PBS University. You know, I learned how to say some of that in Palauan. Ali, ang Klika, Mrs. Borja. That means, hi, my name is Mrs. Borja. And I'm so glad you're here today because I have a conflict and I was wondering if you guys could help me resolve it.
Hi!
Oh, hi guys, Sammy, Norbert. Thanks for joining me today.
Hi, Mrs. Borja. So, I heard you say you needed help with a conflict.
Yeah, I do. Are you guys here to help me with my conflict?
Well, yes, I want to help, but I have a question first.
Oh, what's your question?
What's a conflict?
Oh, a conflict. Well, the easiest definition of a conflict is a problem. But if we want to talk a little bit more about what conflict is, let's think of it as 2 or more sides that disagree.
Oh, like a fight? So you were fighting someone?
Oh no!
Oh no, guys. I wasn't in a fight, okay? there are lots of different types of conflicts. So let's really think of it as two or more sides that disagree. Here's an example of two sides disagreeing. And this is still a conflict, and there are three sides disagreeing. And here's another type of conflict. It's called inner conflict, where there's actually only one person and they are disagreeing with themselves.
Oh, I see what you mean about how a conflict doesn't always mean two people fighting.
Yeah, me too. Now, what does resolving mean? You said you need help resolving your conflict.
Yeah, to resolve means to find an answer or to solve a problem, to find a solution. So just know that there's no one best way to handle all of your conflict, okay? Just like there are different kinds of conflicts, there are different kinds of ways to handle it. And it takes a lot of practice, but over time, you start to be able to think of the different ways and then choose which one is the best one for this situation. For example, let's imagine that you two can't agree on where to eat.
Oh, pizza!
Oh.
Tacos!
Oh yeah, those are both yummy. Okay, so there are different ways that you guys can handle this situation. First of all, you guys can just stand there and keep yelling pizza, 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 taco, 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 and some people try to handle their conflicts that way. I'm not sure how well it's going to get resolved, but let's come up with some other ways that might be solved better. What else can we do?
We can listen to me and get pizza!
Or we can listen to me and get tacos.
Yeah, those are both choices. Those both work. Or what else? Maybe let's come up with a couple of other ideas.
Oh, I can go to a pizza restaurant and Norbert can go to a taco restaurant. That way we both get what we want.
But we both eat all alone.
That's true. Maybe you guys can go to the food court at the mall and you can get pizza and you can get tacos and you can sit together at the same table and both eat what you like.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can come up with a schedule and today you guys eat pizza and tomorrow you guys agree to eat tacos. There's so many different ways.
Wow, I didn't realize there were so many different ways to handle this conflict.
Yeah, me either. Next time I have a conflict, I'm going to try coming up with different ways to resolve it and try to pick the best one.
Wow, I love hearing that. I love it when students learn information and then use it in real life situations.
Oh, that reminds me, Mrs. Borja. You said you have a real life conflict and you needed help resolving it.
I did say that, and it's actually kind of funny because my conflict was that I couldn't decide what to eat for dinner. And all this talk about pizza and tacos and pizza and tacos has helped me resolve it.
Really? What did you decide?
I'm gonna have sushi! Well, thank you guys for coming and joining me today and helping me resolve my conflict. And thank you guys too. And I hope you come back to PBS University next time for another awesome learning adventure with me, Mrs. Borja, right here at PBS University. Until next time, be good, read books. Bye!
my PBS friends, and welcome to Cha-Cha-Cha CHamoru Time! Guahu si Sonora Bobby, and thank you for joining me again for another episode of our CHamoru! Yeah! Kompaka! How are you? How are you doing today? This beautiful word comes from the island of the Sleeping Lady, Kosrae, Federated States of Micronesia. I heard a lot of beautiful, beautiful things about this beautiful island, and one day I would love to go and visit it. I would love to see everything that Kosrae has to offer. Can you help me say Kompaka one more time? Can you help me say how are you one more time? Yes? All right. Maulik, great job. Kompaka, how are you? Are you listed or ready for my special lesson for today? Yeah, that's right. All right, let's go. All right, my friends, I'm so excited to teach you this new buet sound. In our previous lesson, we learned about buets, right? About vowels. And our vowel sounds are a, e, o, and oo. We're going to be learning about the letter A again, but it's so special because this A in CHamoru has a dot on the top. That's right. It has a nice dot on the top, which makes the sound ah. Can you say ah? Wow, great job. Great job. So the words we can use for this sound or this buet ah are words like apaka. Apaka. Apaka means white. Can you say apaka? Maulik, that is awesome. That's right. Apaka means white. Do you like the color apaka? Oh, Maulik, I see some of you do like that color, right? Here's another word that we can use with the buet sound ah. And this is a word we call omet. Can you say omet? An omet is medicine. Ew. That's right. But it has the ah sound. Can you say omet one more time? That's right, Molly. Let's give you a high five. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So in our previous lesson, we learned how to put a sentence together using these words. Can we try a small and simple sentence? All right, I love it. We love to try a lot of things. All right, so our small and simple sentence is apaka e omet. Apaka e omet. Your turn, you try it. Wow, you guys are awesome. Maulik, high five. Okay, so I have an awesome song for that special letter A, or our special CHamoru buet ah. Let me grab my guitar. All right, my friends, I got my guitar. Okay, so I'm gonna sing the song first, and then I want you to sing along with me. Make sure, all right? I'm gonna be counting on you. Here we go. Our CHamoru buet for special A is ah, 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 ah. Our CHamoru buet for special A is ah, 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 ah. Our CHamoru buet for special A. Our CHamoru buet for special A. Our CHamoru buet for special A is ah. Ah, 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 ah. All right, let's try that one more time. Let's do this all together. Here we go. A CHamoru buet for special A is ah. A CHamoru buet for special A is ah. A CHamoru buet for special A. A CHamoru buet for special A. A CHamoru buet for special A is ah. Molly, great job, my good. That was some awesome singing. All right. right. Okay, so let's review all the words that we learned today. Starting, of course, with our buet. What are buets? That's right, they're vowels. Can you say buet one more time? Maulig, malig, 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 malig. Buets are vowels, and the vowel sound that we are doing today is the sound ah. Can you say ah? All right, I can hear you back there. You sound awesome. Okay, and here are the words that we learned. Of course, the first word was the word we didn't like, right? Which was, but with the color, it was actually the color first before the word. And it was opacat. Opacat. Can you say opacat? Maulig, maulig, maulig. The word now that we didn't like was omelet. Ew. Omelet. Again, can you say omelet? Maulig, maulig. Omelet is for... You are right, medicine. Ew. All right. And we also learned a very small and simple sentence, right? And that sentence is Apica e omelet. Ew. Again, one more time. Apica e omelet. Your turn. You try it, my PBS friends. Wow, that was awesome. All right. So now that we've learned how to use this buet I wanted to say thank you so much for joining me for this awesome cha-cha-cha CHamoru time. Don't forget to join me next on our next episode where we're gonna learn another vowel sound. I'm super excited. All right, Guahu, si Senora Bobby, and thank you again for joining me here at cha-cha-cha CHamoru time. Don't forget, in order to get love, you need to give love from your corazón. Adjust.